to fold each leg in and really work out a comfortable seat for yourself. Coming with the awareness of beginner, even though we have the benefit of all the time we have spent practicing. I think we keep it really quiet with your food. Okay. Thank you. Maybe you should go sit in the breakfast nook. Thank you. So just take a moment to settle. Once the legs are folded, feel them touch the earth. Hands grounding on the legs helps you increase that sense of earth and grounding, rootedness. Close your eyes. Find your breath with your mind. And move the breath through the nose so it is calming. Just let it stretch out and explore to begin with. Let it ride its own tides, its own waves. A few rather deep inhales and exhales. Little space in between. And just connect with that little gentle wind sound of your own breathing. That light aspirant sound. Start to steady the breath into evenness. Samasvriti, even waves. And gently upright yourself so that your trunk feels strong and upright but relaxed. Feel the strength of your core, supporting the structure of your bones. Gently engage Uddiyana Bandha, low belly towards the spine, drawing in and up below the navel. Meditate upon that for a moment. Our deep center. And then open up your eyes and try a little something different with the shoulders. Instead of rolling at the same time, try alternate rolling the shoulders forward. Kind of like you're walking, little exaggeration. I just picked up my hands just to let my arms be free to follow that shoulder. So you get a little twist in your upper back, shoulders rolling forward, reaching forward. And then try coming back in that same manner, like you're doing a little backwards walk, a little exaggerated. Find some nice sensations. Release tension. Feel your strength. Open. And let that settle. Just briefly shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and feel how non-peaceful that is. And then we can let it go before too long and let that spaciousness happen between the ears and the shoulders. So we have a nice long neck, training the shoulders off the ears. And with the neck in mind, bring your right ear over towards your shoulder. Gently roll towards the front. Go nice and slowly. Just try to find freedom in your neck as you circle your head. If there's an interesting spot, you can stop for a moment. Coming to the back, keep your neck long. Just gently lift your chin. Do a few more times. Mindfully and slowly. Work with yourself. Notice. Be compassionate. And complete that side, returning to neutral before starting the other way. So you can take your time finishing the first side and come into the second side in your own time. Looking for freedom. So staying non-judgmental about things, just curious and open to releasing tension. Being patient. Taking care of your body. And finishing up back to center. Weave your fingers together. Make sure your seat is comfortable. And a brief meditation this morning. Just feel the energy of the movements we've done. Relax your eyes. Weaving the fingers symbolizes new beginnings. Every breath is a new beginning. But beginning the season of light festivals where we begin to welcome the light back. In just about a month, we'll start to turn back towards the light. So time for some fresh intentions, if you would like to consider that. But no need to make any great effort. Just try to relax, sitting tall and aligned. Gently breathe. Maybe just a little time devoted to the idea of light overcoming dark. Feel the next exhale softly leave. Leave your fingers pressed to the sky and release your arms down and back to your heart center. Gather to your heart, sit tall, breathe in. Reaching your thumbs up, just one last thing in our seated pose. Be patient. Thumbs up, ego eradicator, breath of fire. So just find a rhythmic inhale and exhale for about a minute. So you can just take breaks if you need to. Be patient and slow with yourself. But start slowly, just even inhale and exhale like a pump. Lighting the fire within. A little bit longer. Take one more. Relax your arms and hands. Relax your breath. Just take a moment to receive. Feel that energy rise. And come around to your hands and knees, please. Releasing from your seat and your stillness. Moment to extend the hands and wrists. Bring them down in that nice open outward spiraling position, tabletop position with the right leg stretching back. It's fine, figure this out. Exhale, reach back through that heel one more time. And then pick up your other leg up to three-leg dog. Bow forward, press the heels of the hands. Reach through that leg, find space, those hips that have been still and folded, let them open. And then come down to plank pose. It's okay if your knees are down, but I think you can all do this. Hold the earth away, just 5 breaths. Create strength in your upper body, your belly, determination. One more breath. And then bring your right knee down, let your left heel stretch back. You create the depth of sensation that is right of your body. You can always reset your hands. You're here to take care of yourself, so do take care of yourself. Breath. Inhale, lift up that right leg, 3-leg dog, straight up into the air. Some energy to the reaching in all of the limbs. And then release your leg down, find your downward dog position, first one today. Shake your head a little bit, yes and no, to release tension there. And then just be with your waves of breath. I try to help to look at my hands as I settle them in. Make sure they're even and open. Then take the gaze back. Nice uplift in low belly. Fourth breath, can your heels reach towards the earth a little more? Last breath, weight back into the legs. Bend your knees as if you're gonna come forward and straighten back to down dog. Practice that a few more times. Bend, squat, and then downward dog. One more time, find that bent knee. You're getting ready to jump yourself forward with those legs. You're springing forward by stepping lightly or hopping. And then draw up to half lift pose. Breathe in. Breathe out into forward fold, wherever your hands reach, however your knees need to bend. Trace the fronts of your feet and legs as you stand up. Let your arms reach up above your head. Just feel that energy of your body and settle to your heart center. Right foot picks up and goes back down. Left foot up and back down, creating a clear connection with the earth. And increasing our internal fire and our stamina with our sun salutations. Breathing in, reaching up. There's a light back bend here as you gaze up. Keep this length as you forward fold. Exhale your breath. Bring breath and movement together. Halfway lift inhalation. Shift your weight forward, your gaze forward, and we go back. So look forward to go back. Plank pose. Knees down, upward facing dog. Just establish that shape. You can lift your knees if you like, shoulders back. Flip over your feet, downward dog, 5 breaths. So downward dog is a nice place to have some stillness in the practice. Refreshing our brain and our senses with lots of blood flow. Exhale, weight back into the legs. Bend your knees into that spring position. Inhale, step or hop forward and halfway lift. We get a nice long breath in and a nice long breath out to fold in. Really tuck your chin, curl your head. Inhale, press your feet and rise and reach. Hands join above your head, gaze up. When your exhale comes, release your arms down. A brief meditative pause there. Inhale up the center line. Exhale down the center line. Fold in. Half lift with a little forwardness energy and the gaze and the feet. Bend your knees, spread your hands, take your legs back. This time add a bend to your elbows, a little bit or a lot. Hug them in, bend them, hands spiral outward. Strong chest, strong tummy. One more time. Inhale, come, straighten your arms and release to upward dog. Exhale comes, release to downward dog. Take your hips over to the right side to lengthen out your low back. And bring your hips over to the left side. Return to center for the last breath. Bend your knees deeply, look between your hands. Inhale, step or hop forward, half lifting. Exhale, forward folding. Repeat these movements. Release tension. Stand up, draw up the center line. And breathe out, hands to heart, lift your elbows, pause briefly. Release your arms by your sides. Inhalation, arms wide, gathering up light towards the top. Exhale, wide, arms, palms down, forward fold, wrap the legs, fold yourself in. Hands to the shins, extend. Exhale, bend, stretch, take back your legs. Knees down to upward facing dog. Downward gaze. Exhale back to downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. This time as we begin, just rock your weight from the right side to the left, hands in, foot. Just let everything rock. And then find center and settle in. Where can you release tension? The weight in the hands is right into the heel of the hands. So you can experiment with lifting your fingers a little bit off the floor, letting the rest back down. If you bring your fingertips into the earth a little bit, it'll help awaken the arches of the hands. And then let the hands just relax, exhale. Ready to spring forward, just learning this, even if you spring a tiny bit or hop lightly, takes practice. Pull forward, release everything. Wide arms as you stand up and reach. And exhale back to your heart. Surya Namaskara, feet together. Bend your knees and reach your arms on an inhale. So squat down, inhale, up reach. Exhale, straighten and fold in. Half lift, inhale. Exhale, bend and go back. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Stretch your belly, a little core engagement. Exhale, downward dog. Just one breath here to establish the pose. Take your right foot forward, angle your back heel, rise up to warrior A, and we can stay for 5 breaths. Hips squaring forward. Enjoy the centering quality every time we rest the hands into each other. And one more breath, energize, reach, grow. And then release, exhale, hands down, leg back. Upward dog, breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. One breath, establish the pose. Left foot forward, angle your back heel. Press those feet to come up to warrior A. Arms up, just let your brain direct your body to square the hips towards the front. Draw your shoulders down so your neck is free and you can gaze up. Try not to have any extra effort anywhere, just the right amount to hold the shape. Soften what you can. One more time, a deep breath. Energize, grow a little bit. We exhale to go back to your plank. All these things happen on that exhale. Inhale, the time to come to the upward dog. And exhale, downward dog 5. If you would like to reach your right leg straight out to the side, just a little experiment. Release it down, try the other, just straight out to the side, lift. Taking up the pose a notch, one more breath. Exhale, release, relax. Inhale, spring forward, half lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees, reach your arms, one breath in. And exhale, release. Have a moment with your fire that you built with your sun salutations. Feel empowered by the practice, by your strength and energy, your heat. And then stepping to the side for triangle pose. Today we're going to try to bind the big toe. So turn your right leg out from your hip on your mat. Angle your back foot in. So you might need to bend your knees to reach that big toe. So we know the basic shape over and down. And just try to encircle with your first two fingers coming around and your thumb touches on the outside. So you have a connection. The toe doesn't want to be pulled, but the fingers try. Reach your other arm up towards the sky. So you might just not be as open as you would normally be with your leg, your hand higher on your leg. Just try to find your shape. Try to open your heart upward. Just be compassionate if you need to bend your knee. One more time, breathe in. Breathe out. And then let go of your toe and rise up. Turn your feet to the other side. Over and down, breathe out. Just find that basic shape. Bend your knee to go and circle the big toe. Finding the pose. And then see about straightening the knee, possibly opening, turning the hips to the side. Reaching up, just let your heart grow upward. So we equally pull and resist at the same time. Feel that stretch across the front of your body. One more deep breath in and out. Release your toe and rise up. Turn to wide parallel feet with your arms reaching out. Breathe out, take your waist with your hands. Your fingers out of your front pelvis. Breathe in, lengthen your spine, little back bend. Prasarita B, forward fold. Keep your hands at your waist. Knees bend if needed. Reach your head towards the floor. Your fingers help you encourage that Uddiyana Bandha. So just find that nice uplift in the low belly and try to draw your elbows towards each other behind your back. This variation really helps you find a long waist. Let your head keep reaching towards the earth each breath. Shoulders stay in the body. Breathe out again, long spine. Breathe in to come all the way up. Reach out your arms. And breathe out. Release your hands back to your sacrum. Standing back bend, inhale, lift your heart. Gaze downward. We have a counter gaze when we do a lengthening of the neck. Gaze towards your nose. Use your hands to create some stretch across your front body. Feel the roots of your toes. Exhale. Release your back bend. Lead with your heart to come out. And back over to the right side, Parsva Konasana. So bend out, bend your knee. Turn out your toes, bend your knee. So we have lots of space between. And today, if possible, let's try to leave the knee and go towards the floor. So it might be fingertips, and if it's not possible, that is fine. So lean and reach pose, possibly coming lower with your hand. You can do a fist or fingertips if your hand doesn't want to go flat. Steady yourself. A little bit of determination to grow in the pose today. One more time, move your breath through it. Let inhale energy and a press in your foot come up, change sides. Exhale, lean and reach. Consider moving towards the floor with your hand. Keep turning the heart upward. Feel empowered by trying to work a little bit more deeply wherever you are. Just give a little energy towards growth. When your inhale comes, rise up and turn back to wide parallel feet. Wider feet this time. Let's see how that works. Reach your arms, breathe in. Breathe out, hands behind weave. your fingers. Inhale, draw your hands down to stretch your chest, gaze downward, and then forward fold, careful with the shoulders. Knees can bend, arms can release away from your back. New perspective. Soften the shoulders. One more breath, a little growth. Feel complete with your exhale. Inhale energy, rise, stretch back. Release your fingers. Bring your feet close enough so you have power to press into them and step to the top of your mat. For Garudasana, eagle pose, take your right leg over your left and bend your knees like you're sitting down into a chair. You can wrap your leg and take your toes up if you like, or keep both sets of toes on the ground. And then scoop your right elbow underneath your left. Let's hug the shoulders. Take a deep breath. Steady your gaze. Keep that steadiness of gaze as the hands come together. So the hands try to interrupt the gaze, but observe that you can almost see through your hands because your eyes will work separately to keep that gaze in front. Gently lift your elbows and lower your hips. Create a nice stretch in your hips and your shoulders. One more breath. Going low. Inhale, release your arms, step out into star pose. Ground your front ribs, your shoulders. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, second side, Garudasana. Good. And then we go left elbow underneath. Hug the shoulders under your ears. Be curious with the gazing as you take your fingers towards the sky. Gently lifting elbows and lowering hips. Strengthening those pathways between the hemispheres of the brain with cross-body work. One more time, enjoy your breathing. And let your inhale bring you out, step out, star pose. And exhale, release your arms. Parsvottanasana, front of the mat, right leg back. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, forward fold. So not back with the arms, but forward with the arms today. Just travel down your leg, maybe to the floor. Bow leg forward. Just the right depth. So it's deep in the hips here, so you might stay up on a shin if you need to. Keeping the muscles of the legs firming around the bones to protect. Exhale once more. And rise up, breathe in. Change your legs, other side. Step forward, step back. Learn where that place is, you come to it and then lightly refine. Lengthen, breathe in. Exhale, forward fold. Curious, how is this side feeling? Come to an appropriate edge for your body. Just reach to the top of your head. Draw in your low belly. Spread your feet. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, rise. Step forward, warrior B. Step out and turn your back toes to the side. So just side out the hips. Reach the arms front and back. Turn your gaze. Release the knees gripping in your toes. Equally broad across your back and front torso. Exhale. And just press and turn to the other side. Feel that freedom in the neck with the shoulders down. Breathe out one more time. Inhale, come up, turn feet same way. Step together and release. Standing, Shiva's twist. Shift weight to your right leg. Pick up your left knee so your toes can still refer to the floor, or you can float the leg. Lift up your elbows, open to your hands, and twist towards your bent knee side. Remembering just to try again if you come down. Sometimes that is the practice. Don't give up easily. See if you can twist your spine a little bit more, creating strength and openness. Exhale. Inhale to center and release. Inhale, other side. Flow the arms, fingers and hands is open and expressive. Shiva's dance. Use the brain, connect with steadiness in the eyes and the breath to catch yourself and find that little glimpse of stillness every once in a while here. And just one more time, move your breath. And exhale, release. Last one, standing figure four pose. So if you have any concern about falling over, please have something you can refer to for balance. Taking the right leg, you want to activate the foot, flex it, and knee, and come across, just like when we're lying down. You're not going to fall over. Centering hands I find very helpful. And then squatting down, stretching your hip, stretching your balance. Concentrate very deeply. Be ready to catch yourself if you need to. Spring out of the pose. Just let your foot come down. Turn on the determination. Concentrate. Just notice the spaciousness when you concentrate. And letting this side complete itself. Release at your own pace. And take the other side. Make sure that standing foot is spreading. We need it. Foundation all on that one foot. Flex, bend knee, come together. So above your knee, bend your bottom leg just to sink down, stretching the hips and strengthening. Soft breath through the nose. And one more breath, complete. Inhale, press the foot, release, and release. Stretch your fingers wide, really spread, and wiggle them out, release tension. Curl your hands into a fist and round your wrists as well. Stretch the backs of the hands. Notice there. Relax the hands open. Weave and press up, breathe in. Release to forward fold, breathe out. Half lift inhalation. Exhale, go back. Side plank. It's okay if you have your knee down. Try to embrace the joyful, auspicious nature of Vasisthasana. One more breath in. And the other side, open up that hand. Belly strong. Lift the corners of your mouth. 4, and one more breath is 5. Exhale, release, and bring yourself to the earth. on your belly, legs together, hands by your chest. Lightly engage your abdominal muscles and then lift up to cobra pose. So that activation of Uddiyana Bandha in our back bends illuminates the third chakra, the belly center, the solar plexus. Gently rocking with your breath. Inhale deeply, lengthen and lift. And exhale, go soft, come down, heels out. Heels together again. Keep your chest lifted. Super people, fists. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, squeeze your hands, pull to the shoulders. Inhale, release a bit. Exhale, lift and pull. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze, pull. Release. One more time. And then take your hands underneath your face and your third eye rest. Bring your knees wide and your feet together. Your feet might come to the floor in this pose or be in the air. Let yourself settle. Some Rumi words. Let the water settle. You will see the moon and stars mirrored in your being. Pelvis, the seat of the watery nature, the second chakra. Grounded. Let the water settle. You will see the moon and stars mirrored in your being. Breathe out once more. Release your legs together and your feet back down. Press forward and down into your mat. Peel your belly up. Tuck under your toes with mindfulness and sink back. Enjoy the back of the ribcage breathing. One more time, deep breathing, grounded hands, rounded forehead. And inhale, draw yourself up and sit with your legs folded back onto your heels. It's okay to take easy cross legs instead if there's a reason, if this is too deep. There might be some sensation as long as it's not pain. Sit up tall in little thunderbolt, sitting back on your heels. Align your chakras, align your spine. Settle into that exhale. Remembering that idea of engaging Uddiyana Bandha here as we go into hard pose. So it's okay if you're in cross legs instead. Hands, fingers forward, lift your chest, downward gaze with the nose. You can keep your head neutral. If it feels good to lift your chin and take your head back, you may. But just come back to your own comfort. You can walk your hands back. Make sure you can come out and remember to lead with your heart when you come out. Settle for 5. Hands pressing the earth, supporting, outwardly spiraling. One more deep breath. Keep your head back if it's bad and lead with your heart. Press your hands, come up heart first. And then come into child's pose, bowing forward in the pose. Grow, soften, 2 more breaths. Releasing to your seated pose. Let's flow since it's flow day. Flow to upward dog, release the legs. Flow to downward dog, lift the hips. Cross your ankles and practice coming through to seated. And take your legs out straight or straight-ish. Draw your toes back. Draw your low belly in and fold forward to your own degree. You can wrap around your legs or your feet, whatever feels nice. I find a nice way to find space in this pose is to work one side at a time. Leaning over one way, letting that opposite side reach in through the leg and the spine. And then come to center. So the feet draw back, the belly draws back. And we're in that forward fold shape that we've done a lot of times standing today. And gently observe what changes when you sit down. The pelvis tilting forward, or you need to bend your knees more. Just the right amount. Deep breath. Come up, get a little more space. Exhale, go down, find your finishing place. Then inhale, rise up. And exhale, take out your legs wide. Upavishta Konasana, upward facing angle pose. And breathe in, sit tall, activate your legs and feet. And breathe out, try forward fold with wide legs, just like we did standing, Prasarita pose. So the feet have that same kind of activation. Just reach as far forward as you can and rest your head downward. Nice back body breathing. One more exhale. Inhale, walking your hands to come up. And let us try that pose on our back, Supta Konasana. So lie back and take your legs wide. I'm going to change my clock so I can still see it. Go back on our mats. So lie down, head centered, legs wide, maybe hips not legs wide. Work with yourself. So kind of a shoulder stands lift, or keep your hips down. Either way, just let the legs fall open with gravity's help. Release the legs together and try the same thing. Draw your legs towards you, whether your hips are up or down. Optional, switch your hands to your ankles or your sides of your feet. And exhale, release your spine down and let's rock up and find balance on your sacrum. Take the sides of your feet and explore straightening out your legs for kind of a boat pose variation. It's okay if your legs don't straighten all the way. Gaze towards your big toes. Work with yourself, concentrate, soften. Hopefully enjoying being deep inside your practice with your brain. Settled. Just present with body. Ultimately, please take them to a straight. Try not to let ourselves be disturbed by anything, but Lisa is pretty loud, I have to admit. Busy. And then let's take the hands away and do 5 more breaths of boat pose. We're going to come out of this class stronger. 3, 4, and 5. Bring your feet down. Rest forward. Just unload the pose and the work. Baddha Konasana. Feet together, knees apart. Remember that you just need to press your heels together and not the rest of your feet necessarily, so that you can try to open out before you put your hands there. Try to open your feet out, and that openness mirrors up into the rest of the legs and the hips. And by finding the pose, either coming around the toes or holding the ankles, sit tall, tuck your chin deeply. Once more in this position. And then lift up your chin. Breathe in. Exhale, hinge forward, straight spine. So your elbows can come out or hug them in by your sides. Just work with your proportions. The gaze falls softly to the nose. That's where the breath is. That's where the softness of the brain is. Just behind the skull. Breathe out once more. Inhale up, all three of these today. Round your low back, round everything, tuck your chin, curl in. Breathe out one more time. Just try to softly come into the shape. Inhale, rise up. And cross your legs, bring your hands forward, take your legs back. Stretch it out, upward facing dog. Breathe in. Downward dog, breathe out. Come down to seated pose again. Side bending towards the right side. Bring your hand or your elbow. What's the next disruptive? You start it, please. Sure. Exhale again. Inhale, come up and check in with the other side. If you have a candle lit, it can be a nice place for your gaze to fall in front of you. And inhale, coming up, tuck yourself into a comfortable seated pose. Let's feel the energy of the practice. Let's stretch out our breath a few rounds. Stretch your arms. Take the gesture of non-separateness, Jnana Mudra. Tuck your chin. And you want to breathe as slowly as you can a few rounds. So stay calm, tell yourself it's okay, and just do the right amount. And have faith and that you can breathe a little more deeply than you might think you can. Inhale very slowly. Calmly floating up to fullness. Feel the breath reach your collarbones. Pause. Slowly let the exhale release. Feel the breath travel down the center line of the body and ultimately create a little contraction at the root, finishing in your belly center. We want the breath to finish in the fire of the belly. Twice more. Just let you do your own. When that's complete, release your head and your arms. Transitioning to the back of your body, curl those feet in, hands forward, straighten your legs back, just pop yourself back. Move through your up dog and down dog last time. Come through again and lie down for our finishing poses. Bring in your feet so your knees are bent. Settle the back of your pelvis and skull on the floor. Take your right leg over your left and come into resting twist. Opening towards the other side, just the right amount of sensation. So if that puts too much pressure on your hips or anything, you can just change the variation of the legs. Let your eyes begin to relax, let yourself soften. Just be present with breath. Empty breaths. Last time. Feel complete. And then change to the other side. Cross leg or other variation. Down towards the floor, turn your head. Let the breath do the work of the pose here. You're softening yourself. Hands are both soft, eyes are soft. Releasing tension along your spine. Let the breath flow through you one more time. And carefully return everything to center, release those actions. Turn out your toes and do a few windshield wipers with your legs. Just come all the way to each side. Turn your palms down. Once more. Back to center, bring your knees in. This will lengthen your low back. And then let your legs find their stretched out Shavasana shape. Wide and easy, toes falling out, hips releasing. Press into the back of your skull and your elbows or arms to lift your middle back and settle back down on your shoulder blades. Make any wiggles or refinements. Soften your arms from shoulders to hands. And let your body rest in the practice. Staying lightly conscious but settled. Perhaps picturing a clear body of natural water. Letting the water settle. So the moon and stars can be reflected in your being. Beginning the process of releasing stillness. First, let me observe your stillness, the joy created by the practice, the vitality as the breath moves a little more deeply again. A sense of peace and evenness. Reach through your toes and through your fingertips. Transition to seated in your own way. Return to that easy fold of the legs. Experience the meditative quality of the mind. Soft spaciousness inside the skull. And finishing with the Asatoma chant, which is the bring us from darkness to light. So, press your hands together, breathe in deeply. Asatoma Sagamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritangamaya Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Bow is the gratitude to yourself as it is to those you're practicing with. Make sure you include yourself within your gratitude for showing up and all you were able to do. Let all these practices have a positive effect on your life and your day. Thank you. Sorry about all the dogs and kids and cereal bowls and stuff. I know y'all find it